Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 5 of Journal with me. Today I'm journaling in my newest journal, Mar, which is my ocean themed journal. And what I'm gonna do today is something I've done before that I did in Azul, which is to make a little tag with a little bit of sand inside. It's a memory keeping thing that I do for when I go to the beach. So I bring a little bit of sand and then I put it in a window envelope, as you see here, and I make a shaker tag. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the same thing this year since I did it last year, but I decided to do it. I'll link the previous video down below. It's a longer video. That was the previous format that I was doing for my journals with me before I switched to a once a month voiceover type of video. So basically, what I do, I take a window envelope. So these are junk mail envelopes that I use a lot in my journals. This one in particular is coffee dyed, and because it's been dyed, I wasn't sure if the paper quality is still good enough to hold all of the sand. So what I did before doing anything with it, it was to glue around the window. So I added glue around the plastic window to just keep that seal so that the sand doesn't um, leak. So basically, here what I'm doing now is repairing this envelope. So I'm adding another piece of coffee dyed paper on that side just to fix that jagged edge that I had there. And now I'm gonna start decorating, I think. Yes, so I'm gonna use this napkin that I bought at the beach and I thought it was very beautiful and I've been using it for decoupaging in my journal. Um, and this time I'm gonna do something to try to fix the blunt edges I had before when I've done napkin work. So this is what I'm doing. I'm using a brush dipped in water to tear that apart easily because I just want that piece of seaweed or coral. It's probably, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna put that on the side. So I'm adding glue stick directly to my envelope and I'm just gluing my piece of napkin. So the idea of using a window envelope is that I can have a shaker type of tag. Oh, I'm struggling there with the with the glue stuck to my fingers, with the napkin stuck to my fingers. So I was saying the idea is to use a window envelope to make a shaker tag. So inside the window, I put whatever I want. In this case, it's gonna be sand, and you can do this with anything. Now I'm looking for other papers to decorate, and I'm looking for my piece of music paper that was in one of my pockets, but then you can kind of see a flip through my journal. So here we are. I'm gonna add a piece of music paper to cover the writing in this envelope. And as I was saying, you can add anything, um, confetti, or anything you want to add inside the windows, as long as it's mostly flat. Last year, I added seashells, and I think that was a mistake. They were very tiny seashells because they ended up breaking the plastic, and then I had some sand coming out. So this time, I'm not adding whole seashells, but I am gonna add pieces of nácar that I found at the beach. So you'll see those that when I add them. They are mostly flat, so I hope they won't break my plastic. So this is just decorating envelopes. I do have another video where I do this. I'm also gonna try to link it down below, where I make pockets using window envelopes and I show my process of decorating them. Um, I normally do a lot of collaging on top, but this time, because it's coffee dyed, I'm taking advantage of that pattern of the dyeing and just adding some papers and also adding some stickers. I love to add those plastic stickers on top of the plastic window. It looks very nice. And in this corner, this top corner, I'm gonna add a little bit more of the napkin. I put too much glue here, so the napkin starts breaking apart, but I love that effect because it looks like it's melting with my paper. That's why I like using napkins. Even if the print is not perfect, I just like that it's kind of blended with the rest of the paper. So there we have my window pocket. It's gonna be a tag, so you'll see how it's gonna be a tag. And here I'm showing you the flat nacre I found and a little bit of the sand that I have in that baggie. So I'm adding the sand with a spoon. I was trying, I don't like to get messy, so I was really trying to not make a mess on my desk. Then I thought that I put too much sand because it wasn't as flat as I wanted it to be. So I'm taking out some of the sand so that it's not too big. And I'm adding those nacre pieces and hoping that they won't break the plastic. I mean, by breaking, I mean they poke holes in it. That's what the seashells did in my last year tag. I mean, it's still, I had to put some clear tape on top, but it still works. So then I'm sealing there. So I added glue at the top and I'm checking that nothing's coming out. So now I'm taking that cardstock and I'm gonna glue my tag on that cardstock just to make it more sturdy, and also because the back of my pocket of my envelope it's not good for writing and I want to write on. Oh, and before that I'm going to stamp mar, which means see in Spanish. Oh, and also I'm adding some numbers. I'm gonna stamp 2024, but I don't want it to be like super obvious that it's the year. So, um, well, that looks very obvious that it's the year, but you'll see at the end it kind of fades away a little bit because I stamped on top of wet glue. My glue stick wasn't dry all the way where I put the the napkin, and you see where I move my fingers on top and I wrap a little bit off of that. So I like that effect, and then I'm gonna actually stamp again, but it's gonna be like a ghost stamp. So I'm cutting around and I'm gonna make it into a tag shape because this is a tag. So I'm cutting the corners with my template. I'm checking that everything's still very well glued and I'm rounding the bottom corners using the smallest corner rounder. And you just saw me stamping again to create that ghost impression there. And now I'm going to ink around all of the edges with brown ink. I'm going for a vintage ocean theme. But I also have the very bright shiny stickers on top. And yeah, that's kind of the style for this journal. It's gonna be vintage and bright at the same time. It's my eclectic style, I guess. So using my crocodile to make a hole and put an eyelet. So I'm going to use some ribbon now to pass through my eyelet to make a tag top. And so I'm just using the same ribbon that I use for something else in my journal. I think If you watched my previous video, you probably saw me using that ribbon. I'm not sure now. So now I'm doing my journaling on the back. Oh, I realized that I had left that pen open and it wasn't working. So I had to find another one. So I'm just writing a little bit. As always, I do most of my journaling in Spanish, if not all. And so I'm just writing that I brought a little bit of the beach with me again just to keep it as a memory. And that I'm always happy at the beach. And I'm stamping the date of when I did this, which was a couple of days ago. And now I'm finding a page. So I'm going to use that blue page there to make a pocket. And I'm going to use a piece of scrap from that same paper pad that I've been using for this entire journal. It's called Mykonos from Recollections, which is the Michaels brand. So I'm rounding the corners again with the smaller corner rounder. I'm making a thumb notch and I'm gonna ink all around. That piece of paper, it's beautiful. It's just an image of a beach. And so what I'm having there, it's a little bit of sand and a little bit of the foam from the sea. And I just love it. It's gonna be very simple but very pretty at the same time. So making sure that everything is well glued and that it actually fits. And I thought that my ribbon was too long, so I'm cutting it. And I'm going to decorate the pocket now. I'm gonna add another sticker. I bought these stickers on Temu. If you're interested to see when I got them, I'm also going to link the whole video where I show those stickers. And here I'm having such a hard time with this, and I realized that I had it facing the other direction. I did it. I'm stamping Mar again, and I really love how this looks like. I'm not doing any more journaling on this page, that just on the tag, and I'm very happy with it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!